Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to start the Unit 4 Electronic Spreadsheet next session, that is editing data in a spreadsheet. In the previous chapter we have learned about the basic components of the spreadsheet, and now in this topic we are going to learn how to enter the data and how to edit the data in Excel. So basically the meaning of editing is making changes in the data that can be related to changing the data, that is the contents of the data, or changing the appearance of the data, which is known as formatting. So the topic is entering the data in a worksheet. Whenever we want to enter the data in a cell, first of all we have to bring the cell pointer to the particular cell and then type the data. Now in a spreadsheet we can enter three types of data, which is numbers, text and formulas. So here we are going to talk about first the numbers. So here when we are going to talk about the numbers, so we have here numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or we have the symbols. These are the numbers, that is the positive numbers. And if we want the negative numbers to be added, then we have to put the minus sign before that number, or we can write the number in the brackets. As soon as we write the number in the brackets, the Excel treats it as a negative number. Like we have written 67 in the parenthesis, that is the brackets, and then we press the enter key, so this will be taken as minus 67. Next we have is entering the numbers as text. Like if we enter the number in this form 01481, which has been shown here. So if you press the enter key, what will happen is this 0 will be ignored and 1481 will be left on the screen. If we want to protect this 0 on the screen, so what we can do here is we can put an apostrophe sign before this number like this 01481, and before the 0 you can see at the top there is a small apostrophe. After this, if you will press the enter key, the 0 will still be there. Next is entering the date or time. Whenever we want to enter the date in Excel, that is in the spreadsheet, we can use either the hyphen symbol, that is a small dash, or we can use the slash symbol like this. This way the date can be entered, and if we want to enter the time, we have to put the colon symbol, that is the two dots. So this is the way numbers can be entered. Positive numbers can be entered normally, and generally they are right aligned, that is right, the numbers are right aligned and the text is left aligned. Next we have is entering the text or the label. So when we are entering the text or the label, so it is a combination of numeric and non-numeric data along with the spaces. For example, here we have written 98 hello 42. So what is shown here, 98 is a numeric number and hello is non-numeric. So whenever we enter the text, if the non-numeric and the numeric ones are joined together, that will be taken as text only. Next we have is entering the formulas. A formula is a symbolic expression that includes numbers, cell addresses, arithmetic expressions and parentheses. Formulas establish a relationship between two or more cells. Whenever we are working on the formula, so what is a formula here? It is a symbolic expression. एक expression होता है जिसके अंदर आपके numbers are there, addresses are there, arithmetic operators are there, and there is an equal to symbol also. So this is the equal to symbol which you can see here. This is the main thing from where the formula starts. If you have written equal to C3 plus B6, so this is a formula. But if you simply write C3 plus B6, that will not be considered a formula. So now we have the topic editing cell contents. There are two buttons in the spreadsheet, that is cancel and enter. The cancel works as the delete key. Without pressing the delete key, the data can be cancelled. Whereas when we press the enter button, it is equivalent to enter key which is there on the keyboard, which help us to enter the data. Now if we want to make changes in the data of the cell, simply if we have to write the data in the cell, we will go to that cell, click on that cell and start typing the data from the keyboard. But if we want to make changes in the data, there are two methods. One is overwriting and one is modifying the cell contents partially. Now what is overwriting? Overwriting means there is a number 45 in your cell, suppose. So if you want to make full changes in the data, so what you can do is just double click on that cell, open that worksheet, activate the cell by clicking on it or double clicking on it, and then type some other number in place of the old number. like 45 is written, you can type some other number like 65 or 78 like that and press the enter key. So what will happen is the previous number will be replaced and the new number which you have added that will come. This is known as overwriting. मतलब जो आपने लिखा हुआ है आप उसके ऊपर लिख रहे हैं तो अपने आप जो आपको पुराने वाला है that will be erased. Next we have is partial modification. Partial modification means if we want to make some changes in some part of the data, so what we can do is we can bring the cursor there, move it with the arrow keys and then make the modification. So how we can do? In the last class you have learned about the name box and the formula bar. So in the formula bar you will go and in the formula bar you will click there and the cursor will come at some position. So with the help of arrow keys you have to move the cursor and then at whatever place you want to make the changes, just click on the backspace key there and enter the new data. So we can have the cell modification, that is the data can be changed, the contents of the data of the cell can be changed by modifying it partially in 2 or 3 methods. First method is by going to the formula bar. Second method is by just clicking on the cell and then making the modifications. Third method is pressing the F2 key. Going to a particular cell, if you press the F2 key, the cursor will be placed at the end of the cell content. If you have written 65, the cursor will come after 5. So use the arrow keys on the keyboard to move the cursor through the contents and then you will see you can make the changes as per your need. Or we can double click the cell to edit it. The insertion point, that is the cursor, will blink there and the edit mode is indicated on the left side of the status bar. Here you can see the edit mode is there, it is indicated on the left side of the status bar. So edit mode means we are able to make the changes and as soon as the changes are made you can press the enter key and then in place of this edit mode what will be written here? Ready. And the last point is cell contents can be edited by turning on the overtype mode also. This is the overtype mode. Here we can just double click on the cell and press the insert key on the keyboard. See, go to the particular cell in which you want to make the changes, double click on the cell and press the insert key from the keyboard. Now the cursor which you have on the screen, it will change to a thick blinking bar. The cursor which normally comes to a thin line, when you will click on the insert key on the keyboard, the cursor will be a thick blinking bar. So what you have to do is, it will show you the edit mode and the existing characters will be replaced by the new characters. Wherever the place of the cursor is, make the changes by moving with the help of arrow keys or pressing the backspace keys. You can erase the earlier content and then keep on typing the new content. Then this was the inserting the data, that or making changes in the data. Next is removing data from a cell. If we want to remove the data from the cell, so what we can do is, it has also 2 methods. First is removing the data only. To delete the data from the cell, select it and then press the backspace key or the delete key. Simply अगर आपको किसी भी एक सेल में से डेटा को डिलीट करना है, go on that cell, either press the backspace key or press the delete key. The next option is right click on the cell and select the clear contents option. Just right click on the cell and choose the clear contents option. Next is removing data and formatting. First option was removing the data only, that whatever is the content of the cell. And second option is removing the data as well as the formatting features. What is formatting feature? Formatting feature is if we have made some changes like bold, italic, underline or some color etc. that can also be erased. So how? First of all, select the cell whose data as well as formatting effects you wish to delete. Select that particular cell and then click on clear button in the editing group on the home tab. There are so many tabs here in our MS Excel. So we have to go to the home tab, that is the second tab from the file tab, and then we have to go to the editing group and from there we have to choose this clear option which is highlighted here, and from here we'll choose clear all. So whatever the data was written and whatever the formatting effects have been applied, they all will be removed. So this is the topic of removing data from a cell. Next we have is entering the formula. Whenever we want to enter the formula, then we have to perform the calculations in the data. Basically the formulas are the equations that perform the calculations on the values. किसी भी वैल्यू में जब आपको कैलकुलेशन करनी होती है तो we make use of the formulas which are the equations. So it can have the equal to sign, it has the cell addresses, it has the numbers, it can have the ranges, it can have the arithmetic operators, it can have the parentheses. And one thing which is very important to be remembered while writing the formula is we have to start every formula with an equal to sign. We have to start every formula with an equal to sign. Now here you can see a formula is written equal to A2 plus B2 into C4 plus sum E3 is to E5 in the parenthesis. Now here you can see that formula has started with the equal to sign, then A2, B2 and C4, and these three A2, B2 and C4, what are these? These are the cell addresses. These are the cell addresses, and this plus, multiply, minus, these are the mathematical operators. मैथ्स के जो आपके सिंबल्स होते हैं. E3 is to E5, this is a particular range. If we see E3 and E5 separately, they are addresses, and we put them in a range. When we put them like E3 to E5 with the help of colon sign, it becomes a range. And this sum, SUM, sum highlighted in the green color, this is the name of the function. This is the name of the function. So this is the way the formulas are entered in a cell. Next topic is using the spreadsheet, using the mathematical operators. So whenever we are using the mathematical operators to perform the basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and exponentiation. Exponentiation means power, like 3 raised to the power 4. The exponentiation symbol in the computer is like this. Here we have the exponentiation symbol, this one, which is denoted with an upper arrow. So we have the addition symbol as plus, subtraction symbol as minus, multiplication as a small star, division as a slash, and exponentiation as a small V-shaped upside down symbol. And how is their precedence? Means if in an expression so many symbols, so many operators come, so which will be evaluated first? That table is also shown here. First we will solve the parenthesis, then we will go to the second is our exponential operator, that is the power symbol. Then we will go to the third one, that is division or multiplication, whichever comes first. Division and multiplication have the equal precedence. Expression में आपके जो भी आ रहा है, out of the two one is coming, then that will be evaluated, and if both are coming, whichever will come first, that will be evaluated. And the last one is your plus and minus sign. Then like here we have a formula equals to 4 plus 8 into 2 power 2. So what will be the result of this one? 400. How is the result 400? See here, 4, first of all we have to solve the parenthesis, that is the brackets. So 4 plus 8 into 2. There are two operators, plus and multiply. So first of all we will solve the multiplication operator. 8 into 2 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. Now 20 raised to the power 2 means 20 multiplied 2 times. 20 into 20, the answer is 400. That is why the answer has come here, 400. Clear? Next we have is using the basic formulas. Whenever we want to use the basic formulas, we can use the mathematical operators. Along with that, we have to use the cell addresses. Now suppose here, the basic formulas have only one operator in the formula. Here we have a range B5 to B10. B5 means column B and row 5. So B5 to B10, whatever are the numbers, we want to add those numbers. So what we will start the formula with? Right, equal to sign, and we'll start typing B5. Then we'll press the plus sign from the keyboard. Then B6, either you can select the cell with the help of mouse, या फिर आप type भी कर सकते हो B5, B6, B7, that is your wish. In the book it is written, click on the cell B5, then the cell address will appear in the cell B12. See, you have to first select a cell, that is an empty cell, where you want the answer of your sum or multiplication or division or any formula. So here we have selected the cell B12. इसके बाद what we have done is put the equal to sign, then select the cell B5. B5 will be typed automatically. Then press the plus symbol from the keyboard, then select the cell B6, then B7, B8, and correspondingly you have to just click on the plus symbol from the keyboard. As soon as your formula is complete, what will you do is you will press the enter key from the keyboard, and as soon as you press the enter key, whatever the data was there in B5 to B10, the answer will be evaluated and shown to you. Like here you can see in the table given, we have 1000, 2000, 15,000, 3000, 1900, 1500 and 2000. I think 1900. So here whatever is the total, that will be displayed in the cell B12. So this is the using the basic formulas. That is a formula which has only one operator in a formula. It can be plus, it can be minus, it can be multiply, it can be divide, or it can be exponential also. One more thing, in your book some points are given here in let's know more or some facts. You should read them also. These are very important. Like it says, to get the total of the adjacent cell, press Alt plus equal to key combination instead of clicking the AutoSum button. So AutoSum is a button in the tabs and commands group in the ribbon where automatically the sum is calculated without typing the formula. So you can either use the AutoSum button, and if you don't want to use the AutoSum button, then you can just use the Alt plus equal to option also. Next we have is using the compound formula. We have learned about the basic formula, so that is using one operator. Now we have compound formula. It means we can use more than one operator in a formula. Like here you see it is written P into R into T by 100. So here we have two multiplication operators as well as one division operator. So you can see here that we are using multiplication operator also, division operator also. It means when we use more than one operator in any formula, it is known as a compound formula. Now you see in the table given here, principal is given 4500, rate is given 5 and time is given 3. So when we apply the formula, here which is written simple interest, we have to go to the cell B6. This is B column and this is 6th row. So we will go to this cell, start with the equal to symbol, and what we are going to type, P multiply R multiply T, then division symbol and then 100. As soon as we type this formula and press the enter key, the simple interest will be calculated as 675 and it will be displayed on the screen. This is the way the compound formulas are used in Excel. Next we have is using the ranges in a formula. Earlier we have used one operator in a formula. After that we tried using more than one operator in a formula, and we have used single cell addresses. If we want a particular range, we have suppose lot of data, and typing the individual cell address can be a little tedious at some point of time. So that time what we do is we just select the ranges. So what we are going to do is, first of all, here we have, like in the formula bar which is shown in the circle, it has the formula, and here we have B12 cell address has been selected. So what we are going to do is we will go to the B12 cell and type the data and click on the cell B12 and then type the formula equals to sum B5 to B10. So we want the sum from the cell B5 to B10. So what we are going to do it here is we are going to select the range. So this is equals to sum B5 to B10. Equals to is for the denoting that it is a formula. Sum is the name of the function, and every function has parenthesis very essentially. Then in the parenthesis we just type B5 to B10 or any range in which your data is there. After that press the enter key, so the result will be displayed and the sum will be shown to you on the screen in the cell B12. Similarly, if we want to apply the same formula in C12, we can go there and make the changes in the formula, that is the cell range. So this is the way how the ranges are used in the formula. Next topic is using the simple functions. So when we are using the functions, abhi we have talked about the formulas, and now we have the functions. What are functions? They are pre-designed formulas. Formulas में तो what you are doing is you are making the use of arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide. But when you are working on the functions, they are the pre-designed formulas. Like आपके phone में built-in apps are there. You just open that one and do some any of the tasks in that one. That thing can be done very easily. Similarly, if you want to add, subtract, multiply, divide or any other thing, there are some functions in Excel by which you need to only write down the name of the function. आपको कोई operator लगाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You only need to write down the name of the function and then give the cell range, and then all the things will be calculated accordingly. Now the definition of functions is these are the pre-designed formulas to perform simple and complex calculations. They eliminate the chances of writing the wrong formulas. There are two things, that is there are two parts of the functions, structure and arguments. Structure is the syntax of the function, how the function is written. It starts with an equal to sign, then the function name, and then in the bracket argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, that is the particular cell address or a range. And what are the arguments? Arguments are the data which we entered, that is the values which we entered. That can be a number value, that is a numeric value, that can be a text, that can be a logical value like true or false, or the range of the cell or the formulas. Now there are some rules to enter the functions. The rules are: a function must always begin with an equal to sign. That is, whenever you are going to write down the name of a function, it should always begin with an equal to sign, and it must be a valid Excel function, for example sum, average, etc. Then it must be followed by the opening and closing parenthesis. Whenever you are writing equal to, it should start, then the name of the function should start, and then it should start with the parenthesis and end at parenthesis also. And inside the parenthesis we have a group of values or the arguments. For example, it is shown here equals to sum a1 to a5. So equal to is the equal to, that is the operator. Sum हो गया आपका name of the function, and a1 to a5 is the range. If there is more than one argument, then they should be separated by comma like this. It is shown here a1 to a5, comma b1 to b8. So these are some of the rules to enter the functions. Now let us learn about some important functions in Excel. You must have learned about them in the other classes also. Let us revise them once. First we have is the sum function. The meaning of sum, all of you know, is to add. So whenever we apply the sum function, it gives us the addition of the range of cells that we give in the arguments. So suppose here we want the sum to be displayed in the cell E5. So what we are going to do is we will go to the cell E5. Which is the cell E5? E5. This is the cell E5 here, which has been highlighted with the rectangular border. After this we have is so we have to type the equal to sign, and then you have to type the name of the function sum. Here it is shown. Then type the opening, now type the opening parenthesis. Then you have to write down the range. It is shown here sum C5 colon D5 or equals to sum C5 comma D5. या तो आप कॉमा पुट कर सकते हैं या आप कॉलन का साइन पुट कर सकते हैं, एंड देन प्रेस द एंटर की. You will see the result here. Okay, so this is the way the result will be shown, as you have been seen, as it has been shown on this part. So here you can see the answer has been shown here. Same way you can have some more types also, like here you can see it is written sum 1 2 3. So when we give the function as this in the form of comma, so what it will do is whatever the arguments you have given 1, 2, 3, it will add them. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So the answer will be 6. If you give any range like a1 to a4, so a1 to a4 में whatever the values are there, the value in a1, then the value in a2, then in a3 and then in a4. चारों को add करके whatever is the answer that will be shown. Third is sum 5, 10, true. See, true is a logical expression. True has the value 1, false has the value 0. So 5 plus 10 is 15 and true value is 1. So 15 plus 1 is 16. So the answer will be 16, right? Then we have a sum a1 to a4 comma 15. So a1 to a4, what will happen is it will return the sum of values present in the cell a1 to a4. The value in a1, the value in a2, then a3, then a4, and then it will add 15 in that. Now a1 to a4, whatever the value is being calculated, that will be given. After that, whatever is the result, like a1 to a4, our output is 27. After that, 15 is also there. So 27 plus 15, the answer will be 42. Clear? Next we have is equals to sum 5 comma 15 comma true. So here you can see in 5 there is a double quote. So double quote is there. So what it will do is it will convert this text value. Whenever the value is in double or single quotes, it is taken as a text value. So first the function will convert this text value in the number value, that is it will become 5. Then we have 15. So 5 plus 15 gives 20 and the true value is 1. So 5 plus 15 20 and 20 plus 1 is 21. Clear? Next we have is average function. So what the average function does, as the name implies, it just finds out the average of the range of cells which you specify. Like we have here average C6 to D6. So we have here C6 we have the value as 96 and D6 we have the value as 90. So 96 plus 90 is 186. 186 divided by 2, since we have the two values. So 186 divided by 2 is 93. So the output shown in E6 is 93. We can give one range also and we can give two ranges also like this. And there are some other forms also of giving the values, like we can give with the help of comma. We can give the range as we have given just now. We can give here the logical value also, and we can give the cell addresses also in the form of comma. So this is the way average can be calculated. There can be one or more than one method for calculating the average. Next function which we have is count function. So count function counts the number of numeric entries, that is when a number is there. Then formulas, if any formula which starts with the equal to sign, and then the date entries which are given in a range of cells. So here you can see we have the range equal to count A4 to G4. So whatever are the numbers in these cells, that will be counted, and the date will be counted, or any formula will be counted. Like in A4 we have 5 in the double quotes, so it will be treated as a character, that is a text. It will not be counted. B4 and C4 have true and false respectively. They are also the logical values, they will be ignored. Then we have the number 0 which is a numeric value, this will be counted. So number 1. After this we have the blank space in E4, so that will also be ignored. Then F4 has hello, which is again a text value which will be not taken, and then G4 has a date value which will be taken. So from A4 to G4, if we have to count, there are two values which will be counted. That is, what first is the 0 in D4 and the next is the date in the G4. So the answer will be 2. Clear? Now in the table you see it is written count A4 to D4. So the answer will be here, it will count the number of cells that contain the numbers, and then we have count A4 to G4 comma 2. First we move on to A4 to D4. So we have here, it will count the number of cells from A4 to D4 and display the result. So here the result is 1 because D4 only has the numeric value, rest all have the other values. Then from A4 to G4 we have the two values, and comma 2 is written, so 2 is taken as one value. So A4 to G4 हमने ऊपर भी calculate किया था, जिसका we got the output as 2, and comma 2 means one value, so 2 and 1 becomes 3. So finally our output will be 3. And the last function which we'll learn today is the max function. So as the name suggests, the max function will give us the largest value among the range which we have specified. Like we have specified here equals to max B4 to E4. So it is here equals to max B4 to E4. So B4 to E4 is our this value 1000, 200, 100 and 150. Out of these, which is our maximum value? Right, 1000. So what will be the output in this case? The output will be 1000. And we can type the formula as this also, as it is shown. Now type the formula equals to max B4 is to E4 comma 2000 this way. Similarly, the min function can be used to find out the smallest value out of a given range of values. So these are a function. We have learned about the sum function to add the numbers in the given range. We have the count function to count the numbers, formulas or the date in a given range. We have the max function. We have the min function to find out the largest and the smallest element from the given range, and last we have the average function to calculate the average of the data in the given range. After this we have some question answers and the activity. First question is, list the types of data that you can enter in a spreadsheet. So here we have learned that we can either enter numbers in this, we can enter text in this, or we can enter formulas. Just explain them in one line, that text is from A to Z, any alphabet or any name in the single or double quotes, and numbers are from 0 to 9 and can be positive as well as negative, and the formulas always start with an equal to sign. Just write down a formula like equals to C3 plus D3 like that. After this, second question is, what is a compound formula? Give an example. This topic we have discussed that compound formula is a formula in which there is more than one operator in an expression. It can be plus or minus, it can be plus or multiply divide like this. In the book an example is given, you can write it from there. Then we have distinguish between the formulas and the functions. we have learned that formulas are basically the expressions with the symbols and the arithmetic expressions and the numbers and the cell ranges. Give one example of that one. Whereas functions are the pre-designed formulas. पहले से जो formulas pre-designed होते हैं जिसमें you only need to write down the name of the function and give the range, and automatically the work will be done by the function. Next we have is explain the use of max and min function. So this we have learned just now, that max function is used to find the largest element out of the given range, whereas min function is used to find out the smallest element from a given range. Next we have is discuss the use of count function. So we have done the count function. That count function is used to find, that is to count the numeric values or the formulas or the date entries in a specified range. So these are the questions which can be easily done. I hope you have understood all of them. Still, if any doubt is there in any of the part, you can ask me. Next we have is activity zone. That is, you have been given an Excel spreadsheet and some names are there and the basic salary is there. Some of the columns which are left blank are HRA, gross salary and your net salary. So what you have to do in this case is calculate the HRA by using the formula basic salary into 10 by 100. Now you have to see for the first name, that is Ashish, the basic salary is in the cell B2. So you have to say B2 multiply 10 by 100 and start the formula with an equal to sign and press the enter key. Your answer will come. Similarly, click on the first cell and drag from extreme right downward of the cell, and same formula will be copied and answers of all the cells will come. Similarly, when you will be calculating the gross salary, so you have to apply the formula, that is your B2 plus C2. Whatever is the basic salary and whatever is the HRA, that will be taken as the gross salary. Then we have here the other thing, and last we have the net salary. So formulas are given here, that is in the cell E2. What you have to do is apply the formula which is already given in the activity, B2 into 2 by 100. This is the ESI. So ESI will be calculated by this formula. And then in the F2 we have the net salary, so that will be calculated by using the formula D2 plus E2. That is your D2 mein your gross salary is there, that is the addition of basic salary and HRA, and D2 plus whatever is the ESI, that will be taken as the net ESI. So this you have to do practically. The activity is to be done practically and the question answers are to be done in the FAIR notebook. So this will be your assignment for today as well as the activity. Complete all the questions in your FAIR notebook. Do the activity practically in MS Excel. Still, if any doubt is there, you can ask me, and this practical activity can be either done in MS Excel also or OpenOffice or LibreOffice. That is the spreadsheet part of LibreOffice or Open.